From center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass., this is Lexington Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Tonight, it's the regular season finale as Lexington Blue Sox with a record of 20-7, wrapping up first in the ICL. Visit, technically, the Alibrandis with a record of 13-10-2, fourth in the ICL. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story alongside special guest Raymundo Gomez. Raymundo, I know, is a lifelong dream to be a color commentator on an amateur baseball YouTube stream, but I know you're going to rush the opportunity. I know we're going to have some fun tonight here on the regular season finale.
For sure, man. Yo, it's really a pleasure to be here, Thank you. I appreciate it for the opportunity, We live.
Yeah, we are live. And the Blue Sox, well, it might be a little aggressive to say they have nothing to play for because they've wrapped up the number one seed, home field advantage throughout the ICL playoffs, first round bye. But these games count for something. They count for your personal stats, and it counts for getting momentum for the guys that are in line. You get to rest your regulars, but you also need to get some guys who haven't played as much to get some momentum going into the playoffs. And especially, you need these reps when you're going to go on into about a week-long break before the semifinals.
I'm one of those guys myself, Honestly, I came today to try to get an opportunity, a couple of innings,
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's a good game. We got to stay focused and finish strong.
So here's the starting lineup for the visiting Lexington Blue Sox in the red jerseys with the navy blue script and numbers and the white pants and the blue and red caps. Aaron Barbosa is going to lead it off in right field, followed by Dominic Zare in center. Justin Silvestro is at third. Alex Wojcik is at first. Morgan Brown is at short. Andrew Salima is in left. Cam Meyer is the DH. John Barry is at second, and your boy, Derlin Tejeda, rounds out the lineup behind the plate.
My boy!
Everyone's your boy, aren't they?
No. Derlin is a really friend of mine, went to
from
college
Fisher.
together,
Fisher, yep.
So it was I know him personally,
Yep.
That's my boy.
Yep. And the Alibrandis starter that the Blue Sox will face is Ryan Portes. Portes is making his fifth appearance of the season, 0-3 with a 4.05 ERA. In 19 innings, he's allowed 26 hits, 13 runs, 11 of which are earned, walked 8, struck out 15, surrendered 1 homer, and thrown 1 wild pitch. The first pitch at 8:06 is in there for strike 1 to Aaron Barbosa, and we're underway. Barbs hasn't played a whole lot this year, only playing in his 13th out of a possible 28 games, but he's been a weapon when he's been in there at .459 with 3 RBIs and 6 steals. That misses low, and it's 1-1. Blue Sox and Alibrandis have split the season series to this point 1-1, so season series win on the line here tonight, unless, of course, the dreaded draw were to come. And, the Blue Sox have everything wrapped up. The Alibrandis still playing for something. They're playing for playoff seeding. They've clinched a playoff berth, but 3-1 to Barbosa. A very overcast night tonight, and it's humid, and it rained pretty hard earlier, but we did get the game in. The field was deemed playable. And Barbosa draws his team-high 10th walk to begin the ball game. It's got to be great with the pitching staff having someone as talented offensively and defensively as Barbosa, setting the table at the plate and then robbing some extra base hits in the field. It's got to feel good having someone like Barbosa in the lineup when you're pitching, right?
I know, yeah, he's pretty good. He played for professional a couple of years ago.
Yep, and that skips away from Teddy Juba, and up to second on the wild pitch goes Barbosa. Didn't need to use his legs on that one. That's an easy wild pitch. So 1-0 to Dominic Zare, who's getting the start in center field tonight. Has mostly played left field in his brief Blue Sox tenure. Zare batting .200, 3 hits and 15 at-bats. All of his hits are singles. And he's got a speedy runner in scoring position right now in Barbosa. Zare smokes this one into left field. This is going to hang up and be caught by the left fielder Cramfin. And bluffing off of second is Barbosa, but he'll get back. And there will be out number 1.
Nah.
Alex Wojtek, Mrs. Wojtek, Alex says hi, by the way, if in case you're watching, unless she's in the middle of nowhere in Iowa, like you said she was on Tuesday night, right? All right. Here's Justin Silvestro getting started third base. 27 out of 28 games. He and Thomas Russo will match the team high. A great jump at third for Barboza, and he steals third uncontested.
Great jump.
Pitch was a strike, and it's 0-1 to Silvestro.
You know they're trying to make us race. You heard about that? They want to race between us.
Please.
We should make it happen.
You're the athlete.
Huh?
You're the athlete.
I know, but they already make the voting in the group chat. You know, they want us to race. They really want to see
Lord.
it. Oh, we can flip that up.
Oh, my
We
God.
can flip that up to hot dogs. Whoever eats the much hot dog.
Guys, why are you going to talk like that about me in the group me if I'm not even in the group me? Come on.
We should add you, but you know, it was something we just got done with it. The voting was done yesterday, so.
Why, you want to work in my marketing department? You want to get me some sponsorship deals, Manny? That's outside for ball two. Silvestro comes into play, batting .367 with 5 doubles, 1 homer, and 16 RBIs, 16 ribbies, tied for the team lead with Taylor Ferguson.
Should I translate for you or no? You want the translation for the Hispanic community?
A swing and a miss at a high off-speed pitch. We don't have the separate SAP feed, alas, on this one. So 2 down, and that'll bring up Alex Wojtek getting the start at first base. Oh, this was a mistake.
For how long have you been doing this?
I've been running LSP for 7 years. I've been doing this stuff in general for about 12 years.
12 years? Oh,
yep.
Wow.
Down the third baseline and foul by Alex for strike 1. Alex coming into play, 185, 1 double, 1 homer, and 4 RBIs.
12 years is a lot for my first day in the debut. Starting.
Well, you gotta get started somewhere. I was terrible at this when I started as well.
Really? You're a professional now.
Kind of.
Yes.
1-1 to Wojtek, and the pitch from Portes. Here it is. Popped up into shallow right. Out goes the second baseman Perry into foul territory,
Oh, wow.
and he made the catch in foul territory. Carried a long way on him, chasing it towards the out of play area, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. And after half an inning, it is the Blue Sox nothing, and the Alibrandis coming up. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP.
Stay tuned.
Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. The starting lineup for the Alibrandis in the usual black jerseys with white script in red outline and white numbers in the black and red hat. Juan Parr is going to lead it off in right field, followed by Michael McGuire in center. Teddy Zuba is behind the plate. David Lightbody is at first. Anthony Perry is at second. Mark Odessa is at short. Jim Pierce is at third. Sal Mendonca is the DH, and James Cranfin rounds out the lineup in left field. And they will face the Blue Sox left-hander Tony Anino. And Anino is making his 5th appearance of the season, 3-0 with a 1.05 ERA. In 20 innings, he's allowed 15 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which are earned, walked 4 and struck out 25. And Raimundo, Anino's pretty much been the most solid starter that the Blue Sox have had all year.
Yes, definitely. What's crazy about it is he don't really have no off-speed stop. All he does is throw cutters and like everything fast. Even the changeup, it looks like it's going so fast. He don't really throw any off speeds. He's been dominating, like with his like fast pitching strategy.
So here is Juan Parra. Parra batting .325 with 6 RBIs and 10 steals in 11 attempts. The first pitch to Parra is taken all the way for strike 1.
Listen close.
Parra takes ball 1. Third of 3 meetings between these two teams this year. Parra skies this one into shallow left. Out goes Silvestro. He's lost it. And now it's going to drop.
Wow.
And Parra will hold it first. A lucky break there for the Blue Sox, but with the dark clouds and the wind, that's going to be a challenge tonight for the fielders. It was almost a challenge for the second baseman Perry before he made that nice catch.
Yeah, I lost that one myself from up here.
Parra also plays for the Boston Bombers in the MSBL. Parra now 3 for 9 on the season against the Blue Sox after that hit. Here's Michael McGuire, the center fielder. And McGuire, this one skips away from him, and up to second on the wild pitch goes Parra. So similar starts to the inning for both teams. Leadoff man gets on, goes to second on the wild pitch. Let's see if the result will be any different for the Alibrandis. McGuire 321, 10 RBIs.
Yo, you said it best.
Upstairs for ball 2, 2-0. Anino looks at second and comes home with it. And he gets a strike in there to get back in the count at 2-1.
That's what he said in lineup. Well, he's the only one that needs to know. He's the only one that needs to know.
This is hitting down the line into right field. On the run is Barboza. He will not get to it. It goes all the way to the track around third, and going to be able to score easily is Parra. And the Alibrandis are on the board first. It's 1-0 on the RBI double by McGuire. So that'll bring up Teddy Juba, the catcher. Juba batting .303, 1 homer, 9 RBIs, and has drawn 23 walks. It's good for an on-base percentage of .515. He's walked twice as much as he's struck out, so 12 strikeouts in 66 at-bats seems high, but couple that with the 23 walks, you got yourself a pretty good disciplined hitter here at the plate, and also one of the best defensive catchers in the ICL. This is flared down the left field line, but this will get fouled despite the best efforts of Salima, and it's 0-2. Raimundo, when you give up back-to-back hits and are down 1-0 in the first inning, and you're now just getting to the 3, 4, 5 hitters, what's your plan of attack in this situation? Where are you going to? I mean, you might be different because you're not, the fastball heavy guy that Anino is, but this is usually a situation where you try to get him to chase some breaking stuff down and away.
Yeah, so my strategy usually is to throw hard in two simmers to try to get them jam inside and get a ground ball, hopefully, But usually I use my changeup a lot, so
And that's smoked into right field. That'll get down in front of Barboza. He's got a decent arm, and he will rifle it into Wojtek to prevent the run from scoring. But it is now first and third. Nobody out for the Alibrandis. And I would imagine this is a situation where, with a right-hander at bat, with a Nino with a good changeup, you want to try to get him a changeup away and try to get a double play and trade the run for 2 outs.
yes. Or curveball in to try to get a jam to third baseman.
Well, he does jam him a little bit. It's skied into center field. Zaire with the laser of the arm makes the catch. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's a good one, but it bounces just a little too early. And in to score on the sacrifice fly is McGuire, and the Alibrandis are now up 2-0. Well, another right-handed batter, but as David Lightbody picks up the RBI, his 18th RBI to lead his own ball club, the club he manages. And here is Anthony Perry, the second baseman. Fouled off for strike one. There's a great story about David Lightbody by Matt Noonan recently, and this, like you see a growing number of player managers in the Intercity League these days. You got Johnny Hayes and Steve Busby of the Bulldogs, and you got James McConville of the Somerville Royals, and David Lightbody, and Somerville has a lot of guys, from a team that spent the last that won the last 8 Yawkey League titles.
Yes.
These are guys who love the game of baseball,
Yeah.
and just want to play every day. And their tenure in the Intercity League started out rocky, but now they're trying to prove that they are a formidable contender for the Intercity League championship when the playoffs begin. And up 2-0 on the 3-time defending Intercity League champions. The team that you think the Blue Sox might have to be wary of come playoff time.
Yeah, in the future, I got a friend that plays for them. He goes to college with me. He's pretty solid. He hasn't been playing because of work and stuff, but
Who would that be?
Gali,
Mm-hmm.
he's a Puerto Rican kid from Boston. He's pretty solid. And then Perry himself, he plays for one of the schools we play at Fisher.
George
against-
Golly.
Yes, George Gali.
2-2 the count. Runner at first. And a swing and a miss by Perry. And that'll be out number 2. And picks up his first strikeout of the ball game. That'll bring up the veteran Mark Odessa, who is played pretty much everywhere on the Boston amateur baseball circuit.
Sounds hard.
In the Intercity League and pretty much every other league. And he hits this one into left field. Salima coming in. He makes the catch. And the side is retired, so it could have been worse. 3 straight base hits, 2 runs scored. And after one complete, it is the Alibrandis 2 and the Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP.
And stay tuned.
Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Morgan Brown to lead off the top of the second here for the Blue Sox. And he floats this one to the first baseman for a quick one pitch out. So Brown is retired. One pitch, one out. And that'll bring up Andrew Salima, the left fielder. That's low for ball one. So the wind and the darkness came back to bite the Blue Sox a little bit. Cost them one run and maybe the second one as well in that bottom of the first inning, Raimundo. Have you, as this is hit into right field, and that'll get down for the first base hit of the ball game for the Blue Sox. But have you played the field in your career, and have you had situations like this where it's like kind of a weird lighting and it's windy, and how difficult is that to field?
Yeah, it's like 4 years ago I used to play for Babe Ruth, and I was a first baseman, and I used to be a good hitter actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all about pitching for me. So
Right.
when I used to be a hitter, like there was this field in Lynn where the lighting, like,
As is grounded to short, could be two. Step on the bag for one by Odessa, on to first, and how about that? Cam Meyer grounds into a 6-3 double play. On 4 pitches, the inning is over. But let's talk about it more as we go between innings.
sure.
So go ahead and finish your thought.
So yeah, there was 2 fields combined together, so the lighting from the other team, from the other field, would have, like,
Yeah. I mean, we had a game with similar cloud cover last week, I think it was. And Taylor Ferguson, when he was playing center field in that game, was complaining about not being able to see a fly ball. And usually that light tower in center field is on, but that's because usually there's a softball game going on.
Yes.
So the center field, similar cloud cover back then, and you don't have the lights behind you. So
I know, yeah.
this could be a challenging game for the fielders tonight.
Yeah, I know during the season, I heard a lot of hitters complaining about that light. They like, oh yeah, we need to shut that light off because it's hard to see the ball, So,
You think it's harder with that light in center field?
yes,
off?
hitters from our team have been complaining about that lighting. So I don't know if it was meant to be that they stopped the games back there for the softball game when there's a game. I don't know what it is, but it hasn't been on.
Well,
lately.
when the games are stopped because of the softball games, usually because they hit a home run into our field, and
Right.
usually down here in when they stop the games because the lights in the right field, like car lights or whatever,
Yeah,
and
I know.
those get into the eyes of the hitter in the
Always
batter's
happen.
box. All right.
But
What-
yeah, it's definitely harder
Yep.
to watch the ball.
You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Bottom third of the order due up here on the bottom of the second for the Alibrandis, Jim Pierce, Sal Mendonca, and James Crampton. Here's Pierce as he takes a high strike for strike one. Pierce playing in just his second game. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in his last appearance, which came against Malden on July 20th. That's fouled off, and it's 0-2. So, Raimundo, as we wrap up the regular season, the Blue Sox have really put it together at the right time. They're down 2-0 here, but they've won 8 in a row and are about to complete a 10-game and 13-day stretch where they'll at worst go 8-2. What's clicked with the Blue Sox since? He went around Pierce didn't like the call. I thought that was law. I didn't even think he came close to going around, but it's a strikeout, and it's one way. But yeah, talk about what's come together for the Blue Sox in the last week and a half.
Well, from the first game to now, obviously, that first game was a tough one. We lost. We
Yeah, 9-1.
Yeah,
9-1 to Reading, and then 2 games later lose 3-2 to Malden.
Yeah.
Well, not 2 games later, but later, just a few games later, lose 3-2 to Malden, a team that's at the bottom of the standings. But it's just been a topsy turvy season really all year.
Yeah, so those 2 games were tough at first, and then I feel like our attitude became better when we got to know each other because we had a lot of new guys. But I feel like we always stay together to the last inning all the time, and that's why we always either close to the other teams or far by a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
I was talking to Sway before the Malden game a couple weeks ago. It's like, and he was like, usually the other teams save their best pitchers for us, and to be 20-7 and we haven't had all the double digit shutouts we've been used to in recent years, so maybe the league is catching up to the Blue Sox, but the Blue Sox are still putting together these wins, as this is a good rundown by Dominic Zaire for the out that retires the side. But I think it's a testament that the Blue Sox are still winning, just in different ways, even as the rest of the league tries to trying to make inroads on us.
Yeah, I know. Just honestly, just chemistry. A lot of guys know each other, and us losing a lot of pitchers from last year.
Yep, Jimmy Hill.
Yeah. Jeff Blount.
Rob DeFranco, my former color commentator.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But yeah, the more things change, the more things stay the same. Never look. If there's one thing the Intercity League should have learned from the day the Blue Sox entered the league, never doubt Rick DeAngelis.
Right. My boy too. Straight up.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
But we always had like a long, like a wide bullpen all the time. We just don't get to use them all because obviously, we only play 7 innings. But we have a pretty deep bullpen and guys that can start as well in the bullpen, but we just don't use them all, because we only play 7 innings, like I said.
And we only play 28 games too.
Right, yeah.
But I've talked about the whole thing with we have 9 teams in the league now. Why don't we just do a 4-game round robin? So we have 32 games. But with all the rainouts we've had, and with all the teams trying to pack in all these makeups into the last couple of weeks, this is why you have a 28-game schedule.
Right,
and this is why every game counts so much more, both for the teams and for the individual players.
Yeah, I know. It's a fun league to play,
Absolutely. It's been around for almost 70 years for a reason.
Yeah.
Want to know the count to John Barry, the second baseman. And that evens the count at 1. John playing his 6th game, 3 for 6 with 2 RBIs. That skips to the plate. 2-1 the count.
My girlfriend just told me she's watching.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Hi, Mrs. Gomez. Chopper to the left side, scooped by the third baseman Pierce, but it's in foul territory. That'll make it 2-2. So, Anino's really settled down since those first 3 hits to lead off the bottom of the first. He's retired 6 in a row. What does the Blue Sox offense have to do to solve Portes, especially after a 4-pitch top of the second, and now at 2-2 to Barry?
Honestly, just need to be patient. That's all.
Yep.
You know, we're a pretty good team. We got a lot of good hitters. You know, or whole guys are pretty nice when people is on base. So honestly, I feel like every time we got a people on base, starting off an inning, we always score. That's how I feel like at least, you know.
Okay, that leadoff man is crucial, and for the second time in 3
Oh
innings, they
boy!
do just that as John Barry gets a leadoff single. Second hit of the ball game for the Blue Sox. Blue Sox did get the leadoff man to third in the top of the first, but they couldn't bring Barboza home, and that'll bring up Derlin Tejeda. Bunt situation, you think? Or you want to see him? You want to see him go for Bedford with this one?
He should probably hit. He's not pretty good. He's not very good at hitting.
Throwing shade at your own teammate on the broadcast.
Should probably bunt. No, I'm kidding. That's my boy.
He does not square, and he takes strike one. Derlin, 300 hitter with 1 double, but no RBIs this year. Takes on the outside corner, strike 2. Can you believe Derlin's already in his 4th year with the team?
Yes.
It's just stunning.
Yeah, he's
I can't believe he's already been around that long.
I know. Yeah, you know, we all loved him. He was the one that brought me here.
Yep.
And then Aussie brought him here.
Yep.
From Fisher, and like you know, as soon as I got here, everybody just was talking with him. Like he's a pretty fun guy to be around. You know.
As that's fouled off for, and it'll remain 1-2 rather.
It's a great school guy too. He's a pretty good, smart student.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually doing the same major too, so.
Barry not threatening to run at first, and the pitch to Derlin is swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch, and that's out number 1. So the lineup turns over for Aaron Barboza. Walked and got to third on a stolen base in the first, but was stranded there. And he flares this one into shallow left field. This has a chance to get down, and it will be dropped by the left fielder, Cramfin.
Oh, yeah.
E7, Bruce. I thought he had the catch. Oh, I thought he had it. Really? Okay. All right.
Obviously, you and I aren't watching the same major.
Yeah.
From this angle, it looked like I thought he had it, but all right. So it's a single for Barboza. I've been overruled, and here's Dominic Zaire with the tying run at first base for the Blue Sox. Strike 1 to Zaire. Another guy you managed to recruit to the Blue Sox.
Yep. Yeah,
and he really announced his presence with that walk-off out at the plate against Somerville a few weeks ago.
that was his jump start right there.
And he did not go around there, so it's 1-2.
That's when actually we started liking him. We didn't like him at first. You know?
I mean, we were looking at his numbers after that game, and those fielding numbers are nothing new to Dom. He's an elite defender at Fisher as well.
Yeah. He was my coach for like a year, and then he took off to play professional in California.
Yep.
For an independent league. He did pretty good there, and like he just started playing again, so he's trying to get used to like hitting again. So.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Zaire is 0 for 2. Second strikeout of the inning for Portes, and it'll be up to Justin Silvestro in a good RBI spot, who can claim the team lead in RBIs for the season by himself with a base hit here.
Mm.
And if he can find a gap, he can probably bring home the tying run with good speed in Barboza at first. But he comes up empty at a off-speed pitch in the dirt for strike one. The off-speed stuff has been working wonders for Portes thus far.
Yes. Being pretty good. Mechanics clean. A lot of good pitches in the zone.
He's gotten 3 strikeouts. A couple weak pop-outs. That's just fouled off, and it's 0-2 to Silvestro. Nothing really hit with authority by the Blue Sox tonight.
Not yet, yeah. I know. I regret not bringing that chair earlier.
I
This
told
one
you
is
to go
killing
get
me,
it,
yo.
man. You're
I know.
sitting on a bucket.
I know, it's... I regret that now. I might sit in your suitcase right there. Might be more comfortable.
No, it wouldn't. Fouled off the facing of the Blue Sox dugout and remains 0-2. Portes delivers. High for ball one. It's got to be great for you as a young ball player to have some veterans like Manny Del Carmen, Josue Feliciano, and Dan Graham around to just really develop as a ball player when you don't have when you're not playing college ball, right?
Yeah, I got one more year at Fisher.
Yep.
And yeah, man. Josue has been. If it's not on the game, he's either talking to guys about focusing on the game. He's a pretty solid baseball player.
Yep.
Manny the Carmen coming in this year. He's been helping me a lot with my mechanics too. So it's really fun being around them.
Yep. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Portes, all on off-speed pitches, and the side has retired 4 strikeouts for the Alibrandis starter. And after 2.5, it is still the Alibrandis 2 and the Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at LexingtonBlueSox.com, Facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. Also, the LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast or one of the several different designs of bumper stickers. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store or the LSP Facebook page after the game to place your order. And remember, all orders within the continental United States come with free shipping.
You.
Top third of the order due up for the Alibrandis here in the bottom of the third as Tony Onino sit down 6 in a row, but Juan Parra trying to break that streak, but he comes up empty for strike one. Parra singled and scored in the first. A big cut and a miss for strike two, and looks like Anino's starting to get the changeup going there. Good block by Derlin, and it's ball 1-2.
That was a good sip of water. Yep.
So that's why I call some high quality H2O.
Yeah.
Anino delivers, popped up foul and out of play. So 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left for the Alibrandis. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 3 left for the Blue Sox. The Blue Sox have had a base runner in every inning.
Last check, they were 3. He's playing second base.
This is lined into center field for a base hit out of the reach of the shortstop, Morgan Brown. So Parr is 2 for 2. That snaps the 6th straight retired streak by Anino.
What's his name? Yeah, they switched.
Oh,
I think Morgan Brown. Yeah,
they
it's,
switched Brown and
number 1.
Barry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Tell him.
They actually look the same from here.
Berries and short.
All right.
Yeah, right? They look a little...
Throw for
Similar.
ball 1 to Michael McGuire, who doubled and scored.
It's 4-1 Sox at Fenway.
We up.
4-1 Red Sox in an eventful game, to say the least, right now between the Red Sox and Yankees. But then again, isn't it always? Mookie playing at second after Kinsler got hurt. Alex Cora getting tossed. 1-1 the count to McGuire, as that's up and away for ball 2. So John Barry's now at shortstop, and C.J. McKinnott is now at second base. 2-1 the count to McGuire with good speed in Parra at first, and a rainbow toss over to first by Anino. Check swing, it's high, ball 3.
How did you got into commentating, Sam?
Well, it's kind of a long story,
Yeah.
and it actually starts with heart surgery.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I guess I've never really gotten into the story on air about the full story of how I got into broadcasting. So I was born with a congenital heart defect. That's required 3 surgeries. That's in there for strike 2. The most recent one came, it's been 20 years now since it happened, when I was 10 years old. And that left me unable to play sports competitively past 4th grade. This is grounded to second. McKinnott underhands to Brown for to Barry for 1, on to Wojtek for the double play, 4-6-3. That's a good quality turn there by the freshly entered McKinnott. So 2 down, the base is empty, and that'll bring up Teddy Juba, who singled home the first run of the ball game for the Alibrandis in the first. But anyways, I still wanted to be involved with sports, you know?
Yes, yes.
So when I got to middle school, I was the scorekeeper for the middle school basketball team.
All right.
And then when I got to high school, that role evolved into other roles with various sports teams at Lexington High. That brushes Zuba back 2-0. I was like, water boy, trainer's assistant, statistician, equipment manager, stuff like that. Up it in 3-0, and all of a sudden, losing his mechanics here a little bit to the number 3 hitter in the Alibrandis lineup. Eventually, I got involved with the television, the local access station at the time, which was at the time run by the father of one of my high school classmates, and the classmate was a central figure in the sports broadcasts.
All right.
Pop fouling out of play, and it's a full count. And then when my classmate had a falling out with the local access station. Not his father, but just like basically a schism. Basically,
Yeah.
he started his own company, and that company did the Blue Sox games 12 years ago,
Okay.
and then after they moved on, as that's caught by McKinnott, for the out there retires aside, I eventually did audio broadcasts starting 6 years ago, and I started video broadcasts last year.
Oh, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah,
I ain't
you know,
gonna lie.
it's building blocks,
Right,
and,
yeah.
and all along I've been, and in the middle I've been doing work for other local access stations and writing for newspapers and such, and
Oh,
it's been fun stuff.
right, you gotta start somewhere.
Exactly, and like you are right now.
Oh yeah, first day, baby.
Three in the books. Alibrandis 2, Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is Tuesday morning when LSP presents the Blue Gray USA New England Baseball Showcase. Watch the games live at localsportsproductions.com/live and stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store.
Oh, yeah,
Middle
like-
third of the order, due up for the Blue Sox here in the top of the fourth, starting with Alex Wojcik, to be followed by C.J. McKinnott and Andrew Salima. Alex popped up to second to end the first, his first time up. Alex comes up empty, and it's 1-2.
But yes, I get ready for real. Thank you for giving me an
Oh,
opportunity.
absolutely, Raimundo,
Straight
anytime.
up, it's been really nice,
Yep.
to work with the man himself, Sam.
Not exactly a myth or a legend, though, just a man.
Yes, the man. Yeah, straight up. But yeah,
Well, talk about Portis's pitching performance thus far. He's worked around a base runner in every inning and had some. Oh, you gotta go. All right, see you, Raimundo. Well,
until next time.
yeah, thank you.
Maybe in the plane.
Hopefully. Two and two the count to Alex Wojcik. And he grounds this one to the left side through the hard turf. It's Pierce on to first. One down. So Alex is 0 for 2, and that brings up C.J. McKinnott for his first at-bat of the ball game. McKinnott, 429, 3 for 7 with 2 walks, and he takes strike 1. All 3 of his hits are singles, no RBIs. Has scored 3 runs, however. Was 2 for 2 against Wakefield on Monday as he falls behind 0-2. And McKinnick grounds this one to Pierce again. He'll set, fire to first, strong throw, in time, 2 down. So let's see if Andrew Salima can prolong the inning. 1 for 1 with a single. We're at the 50-minute mark of this ball game as that's low for ball 1. I had Raimundo Gomez on commentary for the first 3 innings of this one, and Raimundo will be getting some warm-ups in and taking the field, anticipating him coming in the 5th inning. Fortes delivers, swing and a miss, 1-1. In there for strike 2, 1-2. Porta's last pitch on July 19th went 3 innings, allowed 1 hit, and struck out 2 against Wakefield as Salim is just barely able to get a piece of that one and stays alive at 1-2. Again, 0-3 on the season, but looking to pick up his first win as the Alibrandis look to pick up a huge win in the standings, so we get them to 14-10-2 with 2 games left. As that's fouled off. And both those games remaining are road games against the Reading Bulldogs. They beat the Bulldogs 13-12 last night. 3 of the last 4 against the team you're jockeying for playoff positioning against, as this is into center field and down for a 2-out base hit. And Salima is 2 for 2. So let's see what Cam Meyer can do. Ground into a 6-3 double play to end the second his first time up. Outside for ball 1. Alibrandis have assured themselves of a playoff berth. Upstairs 2-0. Could still possibly vault the Watertown Reds for 3rd place. They'd have to win out and then have Watertown lose or tie its last game. Two and 1 to Meyer. Blue Sox are going to be first. The Merchants are going to be second. Reds and Alibrandis have clinched. As this is into left center field, back goes Crampton to the wall, and that is gone! A home run for Cam Meyer, and just like that, this game is tied. Surprise power source there. Just like that, tie ball game at 2. And that'll bring up John Barry as Meyer picks up his first career Blue Sox home run. As that's up and away to Barry for ball 1. As this is popped sky high on the infield. In comes Odessa, and he hangs on and nearly falls Falls head over heels making that catch for the out that retires the side. But 2 runs score on 2 hits, including the 2-run jack by Cam Meyer, picking up his first home run and first and second RBIs as a member of the Lexington Blue Sox. After 3.5, we're halfway home. It is the Blue Sox 2 and the Alibrandis 2. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So a couple of changes for the Blue Sox as we begin the bottom of the 4th. As Andrew Salima has moved from left field to first base. And Manny Del Carmen has taken over. Is that Del Carmen? Yeah, that's Del Carmen in left field. As that's outside for ball 1. To begin the bottom of the 4th, to David Lightbody, the first baseman. Lightbody comes up empty there, and it's strike 1. Sacrifice fly and RBI in his first plate appearance. One and one to Lightbody. He foul tips that into the mitt of Tejeda for strike 2, 1-2. Lightbody, 6th in the ICL in RBIs after picking up his 18th earlier in the game. That's fouled off, remains 1-2. John Jennings of the Melrose Americans, candidate for ICL top hitter, leading the league in that department with 26. So that brushes Lightbody back a little bit, and it's 2-2. And as for other award candidates, Bobby Lozano may be on his way to a second consecutive Intercity League MVP award, as this is grounded down the first baseline foul. Lozano leading the league in batting average at .432. He's second in the league in OPS at .1128. Second in the league in stolen bases with 14. And leading the league in runs with 30. And he's led the Wakefield Merchants to a first-round bye in the Intercity League playoffs as Lightbody comes up empty for strike 3. And that is strikeout number 3 for Anino. That'll bring up Anthony Perry, the second baseman. Perry struck out swinging his first time up in the first. As for pitcher of the year, we'll probably go to Matt Horan. 8-0 with a 1.27 ERA and 67 strikeouts and 60 2/3 innings and an 0.857 whip. As this is skied into center field, back goes Zaire. He makes the catch, and there are 2 down. And now it'll be up to Mark Odessa to prolong the inning. Odessa flew out to right his first time up in the first. And Nino winds and delivers. And a swing and a miss, and a very tardy swing by Odessa for strike one. That's low for ball one to even the count. Who'd you go with for rookie pitcher of the year? In there for strike two, 1-2. Blue Sox Mike Gianellis, third in the league in ERA at 181, but only 1-1 in 27 innings. As this is skied foul, Salima giving it a chase, and it'll be out of play. I think rookie hitter is likely going to go to Ben Waldrop of the Chiefs. Fouled off. Remains 2-2 to Odessa. As this will likely be Anino's last inning of work as your friend and mine, Raimundo Gomez, begins to warm in the Blue Sox bullpen. Blue Sox coming into play tonight with the best team batting average and ERA in the Intercity League. Again, you might expect that from a team that's going to be the only team this year with 20 wins. Full count to Odessa with Jim Pierce on deck. Cam Myers' home run, as that's low for ball four. And good at bat there by Odessa as he toughs out the walk. And the inning remains alive for Jim Pierce. But as I was saying, the home run by Meyer was the 14th of the year for the Blue Sox. That's the second most they've hit in one season since 2006. And Pierce fouls that one off for strike one. Pierce struck out swinging his first time up in the second. Down low, 1-1. Pierce grounds this one down the third baseline and foul, 1-2. Blue Sox leading the Intercity League on the offensive side in batting average at 308, slugging percentage at 420, on base percentage at 389. On the pitching side, of course, they have 20 wins, leading the league in ERA at 242. The one thing that might be cause for concern come the Intercity League playoffs is the fact that the Blue Sox allowed the most home runs this year. They allowed 14 home runs, 2 ahead of Melrose's 12. And then a couple teams allowed 9. The Alibrandis allowed their 10th just now. Malden's allowed 9. Then nobody else is allowed more than 5. Blue Sox also leading the league in team whip at 1.354. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. After 4 complete, it is still the Blue Sox 2 and the Alibrandis 2. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Nine, 1, and 2 due up for the Blue Sox here in the top of the 5th. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 3 left for the Blue Sox. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left for the Alibrandis. Darren Tejeda lead things off. He struck out swinging his first time up in the 3rd. And he takes down low ball 1. That misses as well, and it's 2-0. Derlin takes low, ball 3. And he takes low, a 4-pitch walk to lead off the top of the 5th. So that'll bring up Aaron Barboza. Barbs is 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, and a stolen base. Go ahead run now at first base. Five straight balls to begin the inning for Ryan Pardes. That's in there for strike 1 to even the count. Tejeda with a slight lead at first. And the pitch just fouled off by Barboza. And I got a piece of him. It's 1-2. Blue Sox have had a base runner in every inning. And we're down 2-0 after 1. Got those 2 runs back The top of the fourth on a 2-run home run by Cam Meyer, the first home run and first RBIs of the career for Cam Meyer with the Lexington Blue Sox. And he inside out swings this one into left center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Tejeda thought about third, but will hold it second. And the go-ahead run now in scoring position for the Blue Sox. Potential bunt situation here for Zaire. Zaire's 0 for 2 with a flyout to left and a strikeout. And going to have a stoppage of play. There's action warming down the right field line for the Alibrandis. Arguing about wanting to break up the meeting at this juncture, but I think it had been long enough, so no change. Portes will stay out there. So, here's Zaire. Corner infielders in. Anticipating the bunt from Zaire. He does not square it. He takes down and away for ball one. Big spot here, top of the fifth. Blue Sox looking to end the season on a high note and win 9 in a row to close the season. A fly ball into right. Parra camping under it. He makes the catch. No tag by Tejeda. And there will be one down. So that'll bring up Justin Silvestro. Stro is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight. Tejeda at second, Barbosa at first. Silvestro looking for a big RBI here that would give the Blue Sox the lead. He fouls this one off, and it'll be strike one. Can find a gap. He'll probably bring home Barbosa, too. And that's in there for a strike, 0-2. And Stro takes outside ball one. Stro on the season against the Alibrandis. 2 for 7 with 1 double, 1 RBI, and 2 strikeouts. That includes tonight. And he hits this one into right field down the line. This has a chance, and it is gone! A home run! Didn't look like it had enough off the bat, but just kept carrying. And Justin Silvestro with a 3-run jack, the second home run of the game for the Blue Sox. And the Blue Sox lead 5-2. Both home runs by the Blue Sox tonight did not appear to be hit all that hard. But Silvestro picks up his second home run and his 17th, 18th, and 19th RBIs. And now Manny Del Carmen into left field. And this will be not caught by the left fielder, Cramfin. On his way to second is Del Carmen. He slides. He's safe with a double. Saluting his boys in the dugout after the hustle double. Five runs in the last two innings for the Blue Sox to take this 5-2 lead. Here's C.J. McKinnon. He grounds this one to the right side. It'll be gobbled up by the second baseman, Perry. On to first for the out. On to third goes Del Carmen. And that'll bring up Andrew Salima, the seventh man to bat in the inning. Salima's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Also scored a run. And he hits this one into center field. Back goes McGuire. He makes the catch, and the side is retired, but the Blue Sox score 3 runs on 3 hits, including the 3-run homer by Justin Silvestro, and leave 1. After 4.5, it is the Blue Sox 5 and the Alibrandis 2. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Sal Mendonca, James Cramfin, and Juan Parra due up to face world's greatest color commentator Raymundo Gomez, and that's ball 1 to Mendonca, ground out to second, his first time up in the second. That's in there for strike 1, and that evens the count. In there for strike 2, 1-2. Down and away, 2-2. Gomez making his 6th appearance, no runs allowed in 4 2/3 innings, with 2 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Also hit 1 batter, thrown a wild pitch, and committed a balk. Popped foul and into the screen. Gomez has committed a balk on the season.
Oh, the season, sorry.
Yeah, not tonight.
I thought you were giving us somebody's fun.
No. Fouled off again. Gomez making his first appearance against the Alibrandis this season. And he gets him to swing and miss for strike 3. First strikeout for Raimundo. And that'll bring up James Crampton, the left fielder. Crampton flew out to center his first time up in the second.
We have a final from Fenway.
4-1.
4-1. Porcello goes to distance.
Wow. How many pitches?
86.
Wow. Holy.
Severino went 5 2/3 through 115.
Fielded by Barry. High throw. And Salima stays on the bag for out number 2. And the lineup turns over for Juan Parra, who flew out to right. Singled and scored in the first and singled in the third. And that skips to the backstop for ball 1 to Parra. Parra's the only member of the Alibrandis who's reached base twice tonight. And that's in there for strike 1 to even the count. In the top of the 6th, the Blue Sox will have the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up: Salima, Meyer, and Barry. This is smoked into center field and comes there, but it'll land in front of him, and Parra is 3 for 3. So that'll bring up Michael McGuire. McGuire doubled and scored in the first and hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the third. Gomez delivers. High for ball 1. Our crimson-colored brethren win a briskly paced game against the Yankees, in which Rick Porcello goes the distance on just 86 pitches. Under 2.5 hours. That's unheard of for a Red Sox-Yankees game. We're lucky if they're in the 5th at this point. Usually. Throw over to first. And back safely is Parra. It's a nice move by Raimundo. That's a high strike, and it's 2-1. Parra with a small lead at first. And the pitch. Down and in, 3-1. Tying run in the on-deck circle. In the person of Teddy Juba. So Raimundo's got to get him here. This is lined into right field, down for a base hit. Parra will hold at second. And that brings a tying run to the plate. In the person of Juba, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And Juba's got 1 home run and 6 doubles on the year to go along with his .303 average coming into play today. His 10th RBI earlier. Against the Blue Sox is here 3 for 7 before play tonight. That misses for ball 1. 4 for 9 coming into this at-bat with 1 RBI. That's in there for strike one to even the count. So the Blue Sox in a bit of a jam here. Raimundo got the first two relatively easily, but back-to-back singles. And that misses inside. 2-1 to Juba. Nobody warming right now for the Blue Sox. And that misses. 3-1. David Lightbody, who's been the best hitter for the Alibrandis all year, is on deck. This is line down the right field line. That will be a fair ball into the corner. Barboza fields it. 1-run scores. Being held at third is McGuire. So Juba picks up his second RBI. It's now 5-3. The tying run at first and the go-ahead run at the plate. First and third for David Lightbody. 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. Matt Karras out to have a word with Raimundo and Derlin. Borja Jones-Barros Saluthe and Nick Godfrey starting to get loose in the bullpen. So Juba 2 for 3. McGuire 2 for 3. Parra 3 for 3. See what the veteran Lightbody can do. 338 average, 4 homers and 17 RBIs, leading the team in all categories. Coming into plays, that's in there for strike one. Against the Blue Sox, 2 for 4 with 2 homers, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, and 3 runs scored coming into play. 1-1 the count. Line, of course, increasing to 2 for 5 with 5 RBIs. And maybe another big hit in him here. That skips away. Ricochets right back to Derlin, and everybody's going to be safe. It's now a 1-run game. And the tying run now in scoring position. Lightbody a base hit away from tying this game. That's in there for strike two to even the count. Mundo hoping to get out of this with the lead still intact. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. A big pitch there for Raimundo as he gets out of it with the lead still intact, but the Alibrandis cut it to 1, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. After 5 complete, it is the Blue Sox 5 and the Alibrandis 4. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at LexingtonBlueSox.com, Facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. Mike Healy will get his first at-bat of the season here in the top of the sixth. And he'll face the new Alibrandis pitcher, Brian Safel, as that's outside for ball one. Safel make his seventh appearance of the season, 1-0 with a 191 ERA. In 7 1/3 innings, he's allowed 6 hits, 2 earned runs, as Healy swings and misses, 1-1. 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 homer, and 1 wild pitch. He's not faced the Blue Sox before this year. A flat-footed swing and miss there by Healy. And it's 1-2. That misses inside, 2-2. So Cam Meyer, after a 1-for-2 with a game-tying 2-run home run, his day is done. That's down and in, 3-2. Safel gets strike 3 in there, and Heels is retired. 4 out, number 1. That'll bring up John Barry. Barry is 1-for-2 with a single. Safel winds and delivers, and that's upstairs for ball 1. That's down and in, 2-0. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 4 left for the Blue Sox. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 3 left for the Alibrandis. And Barry takes inside ball 3. Derlin Tejeda on deck. Taken all the way by Barry for strike 1. Now we'll go to work. Alibrandis 2 in the first. And 2 in the fifth. Between that, that's low for ball 4. And the Blue Sox have a 1-out base runner. Between that, 2 in the fourth and 3 in the fifth for the Blue Sox. Again, this is a road game for the Blue Sox. In fact, both their road games against the Alibrandis have been played here. At Lexington High. They were supposed to play a game at Ferrolo Field earlier in the year, but that got rained out. And that ended up getting played here. So here is Derlin. And Derlin grounds this one to the left side. Could be 2 fielded by the third baseman Pierce to second for 1. On to first, a 5-4-3 double play, and the inning is over. So after 5 1/2, it is still the Blue Sox 5 and the Alibrandis 4. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast, or one of several different designs of bumper stickers. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store or the LSP Facebook page after the game to place your order. And remember, all orders within the continental United States come with free shipping. New pitcher for the Blue Sox is Borja Jones Barceluthe, making his seventh appearance, 1-1, with a 3.82 ERA. In 7 1/3 innings, he's allowed 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 of which are earned, no walks, 7 strikeouts, surrendered 2 home runs. First time facing the Alibrandis. Four and a third scoreless innings with 5 strikeouts in his last 3 appearances for Borja. After a shaky start to the season, which he allowed 5 runs in 3 innings and was 0-1 in that span. And Perry offered at that one on the bunt, and it's 0-1. Perry 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to center. Borja winds and delivers. He wants to bunt again. He holds up this time, and it's 1-1. Perry, the second leading hitter on this Alibrandis team, as he fouls this one off for strike 2, 1-2. Perry 2 for 8 with a double and an RBI against the Blue Sox this year, including tonight. That's down away, 2-2. Nick Godfroy warming in the Blue Sox bullpen. The 2-2. High for ball 3. Perry represents the tying run. And the payoff pitch to Anthony Perry. Chop to the left side. It'll be a low throw, and he's safe. Too slow a roller there for Barry to throw out Perry. It'll be an infield single. I don't know if a higher throw would have got him, but the tying run aboard for the veteran Mark Odessa, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Wants to bunt, and it's a strike, 0-1. You definitely want to get Odessa here. He's squaring again. Now he pulls back and takes strike 2. Now he definitely won't be bunting. If Odessa gets on, that could make it first and second with a guy who struck out twice on deck, Jim Pierce, in what would be an obvious sacrifice situation. The 0-2. Down away, 1-2. Perry 1 for 1 stolen base attempts this year, so not the biggest threat to run. Down away, and I thought I heard the home plate umpire say yes, he went around his swing, but guess not. But it's 2-2. The third wild pitch uncorked by Blue Sox pitching tonight, and that puts the tying run in scoring position for Odessa. And Odessa hits this one into right field. In comes Barboza. He makes the catch. He cuts it into the infield quickly, so no advance by the runner Perry, and there's one down. So here's Jim Pierce, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Borja looks at second and comes home with it. And it's at the knees for strike one. It's been Anino, Gomez, and now Jones Saluthe for the Blue Sox, as that's high for ball one. Portes and Safel for the Alibrandis, with more action warming in the Alibrandis bullpen. 1-1 the count. And this is grounded to the left side. Silvestro looks the runner back. Throw to first in time. 2 down. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for the Alibrandis, as it'll be Chuck Erickson. Erickson, 038 hitter, 1 for 26 with 3 RBIs, interestingly enough. And he fouls this one off for strike one. In the top of the 7th, the Blue Sox will have the top third of the order. Barboza, Zaire, and Silvestro due up. This is grounded down the third base line, but it'll be fielded in foul territory to make it 0-2. Borja comes home with the 0-2. Just missed outside. Ball one. And with the first 4, Gomez 1 inning, and now Borja with a 1-2 count. Down and in, ball 2. So from 0-2 to 2-2. Our guy's hit 038 this year. Borja with a long look at second, and the pitch. Low for ball 3. Is not the guy you need to dance around. With James Crampton, the left fielder, on deck. The payoff pitch, here it is. Popped foul into the screen. Borja comes set again. And the 3-2 again. Popped up. Salima. And it drops. Dropped right in front, and just to the right in front of the facing of the Alibrandis dugout. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Couple of tough at-bats from the 8th slot in the Alibrandis lineup. Mendonca went down strikes after a 7-pitch at-bat last inning. Now here's Erickson with the 8th pitch coming up. Fouled off again. Borja was ahead 0-2. Then threw 3 straight balls, and now 3 straight foul balls. Tying run in scoring position for the Alibrandis. The payoff pitch again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He finally wins the battle, and the side is retired. The tying run remains stranded at second. After 6 complete, it is still the Blue Sox 5 and the Alibrandis 4. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is Tuesday when we present the Blue-Gray USA New England Baseball Showcase live from Clark University in Worcester. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy DVD of the game at the LSP store. So Sal Mirabella is going to pinch hit for Aaron Barboza to begin the top of the 7th. Barboza finishes his day 2 for 2 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. Anthony Del Prete is the new pitcher for the Alibrandis, and Sal fouls that one off for strike 1. Del Prete making his 4th appearance of the season, 2 innings of work. No hits, runs, walks, or strikeouts to speak of. Pitched 2 nights ago against Andre, as that's low for ball 1. Went 2/3 of an inning. Sal comes up empty there, and it's 1-2. Down low, 2-2. Strike 3 called to Sal Mirabella. Doesn't like the call, but there's 1 down. So that'll bring up Dominic Zaire, who's 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts, sandwiched around a strikeout. That's low for ball 1. Zaire and then Silvestro due up next. And that's down a weight. It's 2-0. Inside, 3-0 to Zaire. Taken all the way by Zaire, and he'll go to work here at 3-1. Blue Sox looking for some insurance. Up just 1 as a little floater that will be caught by the third baseman Pierce, but he throws on to first, and that'll be out number 2. did hit turf, so 2 down for Justin Silvestro, who has the biggest hit of this ball game right now, the 3-run home run in the top of the 5th that gave the Blue Sox what was at the time a 5-2 lead. Looking to get another big hit here, and he gets hit. That's a quick but painful way to up the on-base percentage. And that'll bring up Manny Del Carmen. Had a first pitch double, his first time up in the 5th after the Silvestro home run. And he takes on the inside corner, strike 1. In the bottom of the 7th, the Alibrandis will have 9-1-2 hitters Crampton, Parra, and McGuire due up. One and one. Two and one to Manny. Manny pinch hit for, took over in the spot held by Wojtek in the lineup. Part of a switch that put Salim at first base in the 4th. The 3-1 to Del Carmen. High for ball 4. So the Blue Sox trying to get a 2-out rally going, first and second. For C.J. McKinnott. McKinnott is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, and that's low for ball 1. Big spot here for McKinnott as he hopes to pad the Blue Sox current 1-run lead here in the top of the 7th. Inside corner, 1-1. McKinnott wanted time at the last moment, didn't get it. So we approach the 2-hour mark of this ball game. Silvestro at second, Del Carmen at first. Fouled off, and now it's 1-2. Andrew Salim on deck if McKinnott can reach. Runners not being held, infield playing back here. Runs inside, 2-2. And that's going to be a balk as Del Preti stumbled off the rubber. Pretty blatant balk right there. As obvious as they come. So 2 runners now in scoring position for McKinnott. And Juba going out to have a word with Del Preti. So that puts Silvestro at third and Del Carmen at second. Del Preti comes set. And the pitch missed outside, ball 3. So will McKinnott reach, or will we go to the bottom of the 7th? Still a 1-run game. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3, and that ends the inning. So nothing comes out of the hit by pitch, the walk, or the balk. We go to the bottom of the 7th, closing time for the Blue Sox. It is the Blue Sox 5 and the Alibrandis 4. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Bottom of the 7th, and on to try and get the save is Nick Godfroy. Godfroy making his 8th appearance of the season, 2-2 with a .57 ERA in 12 1/3 innings. He's allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, one of which is earned, walked 6, struck out 13, surrendered 1 home run, thrown 1 wild pitch, and committed 1 balk. And the first pitch to the number 9 hitter, James Cranfin, is low for ball 1. Cranfin is 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a ground out. One and one the count. Imperative that you get Cranfin out because the very dangerous top of the Alibrandis order due up right after him. That's low, ball 2. In that top third of the order for the Alibrandis is a combined 7 for 9 tonight. They've scored, and the top 2 hitters, Parra and McGuire, have scored all 4 runs for the Alibrandis. Although Carmen could come in from left field if things got hairy. Nobody's warming in the bullpen. Godfroy comes set. And the pitch. Fired in there for strike 2 to even the count. Two and two the count. Bottom of the 7th. 1-run ball game. The pitch. Skips to the plate, and it's a full count. And time is called, as it's going to be Rick DeAngelis coming out to the mound to have a word with Tejeda and Godfroy. This game has really no bearing on the Blue Sox, except maybe, except they could have, it could be a 9th consecutive win to end the season if they can hold on. But here it is, 3-2 the count to Cranfin. The pitch, low for ball 4. So that'll bring up Juan Parra. 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 2 runs scored. The tying run at first. Taken all the way for strike 1. It's mostly a fastball, curveball mix for Godfroy. Popped up. Into foul territory goes Salima, but that's going to get out of play. And the count will be 0-2. Cramfin has not attempted a stolen base this year. .167 hitter coming into play tonight. The 0-2. Grounded to the left side. They'll get the out of the lead runner, Cramfin. Play goes Barry to McKinnott. Fielder's choice goes 6-4. Parra is aboard for the 4th time, and here's Michael McGuire. Doubled and scored in the first, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the 3rd, singled and scored in the 5th. In there for strike 1. Parra definitely a candidate to run. As I mentioned earlier, 10 steals and 11 attempts. High for ball 1 to even the count. Runner being held at first. Runner goes, the pitch is high, and a double clutch by Tejeda. And the tying run now in scoring position. 2-1 the count to McGuire. Remember, this is a home game for the Alibrandis. In there for strike 2, 2-2. So the Alibrandis need 1 to tie and 2 to win here. A base hit should tie the ball game. Fouled off. Teddy Juba on deck. The 2-2. Grounded to the right side. Charging is McKinnott. He fires onto first. In time. 2 down, but Parra advances to 3rd. And this is going to be a pivotal spot. The Blue Sox have thrown 3 wild pitches in this game, 1 by each of the first 3 pitchers. And with Parra's speed, a wild pitch could bring home the tying run. Here's Teddy Juba. Singled in the first and brought home a run. Popped up to second. And a big block there by Derlin for ball 1. Singled home a run in the first. Popped up to second in the 3rd. And singled home a run in the 5th. 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. At the knees for strike 1. Parra at 3rd. Fouled straight back. And now the Alibrandis down to their final strike. I know Godfrey likes that big looping curveball in situations like that, but you got to make sure you don't spike it. The 1-2. Foul tipped into the mitt, and the ball game is over. So, it was a dicey one, but in a game that took 2 hours and 7 minutes, the winning pitcher is Tony Anino. He improves to 4-0. The losing pitcher is Ryan Portes. He falls to 0-4. The save goes to Nick Godfroy, his first. The final totals for the Lexington Blue Sox, who finished the regular season at 21-7, first in the ICL. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 6 left. And for the Alibrandis, who fall to 13-11-2, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 5 left. Our players of the game are Justin Silvestro, 1 for 3 with the game-winning 3-run home run. And Tony Anino, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts for his 4th win of the season. So the Blue Sox finished the regular season with a 9-game winning streak, and they have all the momentum going into the 2018 Intercity League playoffs. And they will enjoy that bye and see who they face after next week's first round. So with that said, this has been a presentation of the Lexington Blue Sox in association with Local Sports Production, serving Greater Boston student athletes since 2011. Copyright 2018, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Lexington Blue Sox or Local Sports Productions is strictly prohibited. LSP's next broadcast is Tuesday, when we present the Blue-Gray USA New England Baseball Showcase. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, and stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand, or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. And be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon LSP37, Snapchat LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from center field at Lexington High School in Lexington, Mass. It is the Lexington Blue Sox 5 and the Alibrandis 4. For Raymundo Gomez, my name is Sam Feely, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.